Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of TK Season Long Specials. It is I, Tim Knotts. You can follow me on Twitter at TKNation47. We're rolling right along here in season long content here at FSI. Today we're going to go over some start sits for NFL season week 9. First, we're going to jump in with quarterback. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. This guy's had 300 yards passing in 3 games, 3 TDs, and 4 straight games. The Chargers are in these shootout battles, and they projected to be in one against the Las Vegas Raiders, where we just saw last week being a terrible weather game last week against the Cleveland Browns, and that kind of skewed the numbers a bit. But this team's not that good against the pass. And a couple weeks ago, they got torched by Tampa Bay. Tom Brady went for 369 and 4 touchdowns. I think Herbert can put up similar numbers. He's a much more mobile, much more accurate passer of the football at this stage than Tom Brady is late in his career. I know it's crazy to say Tom's the GOAT, no disrespect, but Herbert's playing a lot better at the moment, and I'm going to be in on Justin Herbert to start in your season-long lineups this week. My sit is going to be, in fact, some old heads. I'm going to sit Tom Brady versus the Saints. We're starting to see the Saints defense get healthy. They have some of the best corners in the league with Lattimore and Malcolm Jenkins, DB back there, that's starting to make plays. And I'm going to also sit Big Ben. I know that's kind of shocking to say that against Dallas. I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers get up big early, and I don't think Big Ben's going to be able to outproduce some of the better matchups that you have this week, like Deshaun Watson versus Jacksonville, Herbert, as mentioned, even Drew Lock versus the Falcons, Matt Ryan in that same game. I think there's just better overall matchups around that you can find a better spot than maybe 3/4 of Big Ben. But at the same time, Big Ben can throw 4 touchdowns, and what does it matter if he's not playing the fourth quarter? So very dicey. Not many matchups I don't like this week. They're going to be a very crazy week in the DFS world. But yeah, those two would probably be my sits. I think you could find better matchups in the quarterback position. Okay, running backs. I'm going to go with David Johnson. This guy's a continuous floor. I know the touchdowns haven't been there, but he's still getting red zone snaps. He's still getting red zone looks, and I think the touchdown progression starts to happen. He's got 4 targets in every game. He gets 14 carries every game. He's got a consistent floor. And week 5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he went for 17 carries for 96 yards. That was his best rushing effort on the season as terms of yards per carry. I think he could be in for a big day. This is a projected 52 total, almost a pick 'em. I expect David Johnson to get a lot of carries and a lot of the workload. My sit is going to be Jonathan Taylor. Last week he only had 11 yards on 22 carries. He's starting to hit a rookie wall, and now he's going to get the Baltimore Ravens defense. Coming off of a couple of losses, they're kind of embarrassed. I could see the Ravens defense really showing up. I don't see Jonathan Taylor getting a bulk of the carries anymore. I think Wilkins kind of stepped in last week and proved himself. And they do also have Naheem Hines, and I think you can find a better matchup in your season-long format than Jonathan Taylor versus Baltimore in one of the lowest totals of the week. I think he will be my sit. Going to jump into wide receivers. To correlate with your Justin Herbert pick at quarterback, if you could find Mike Williams in a huge spot. He's got 2 monster games in the past 3 weeks. Week 6 against Denver, he went for 8 targets, five catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. And then against New Orleans last week, he had 8 targets, 5 catches. Or no, week 6 against New Orleans, last week versus Denver. 8 targets, 5 catches, 109 yards, and 2 TDs versus New Orleans. And we just saw, as mentioned earlier, Tampa Bay really torch this Raider secondary. See, Scotty Miller had 9 catches, 100-something yards, and a touchdown. Godwin had a touchdown and about 85 yards. So I could see the Los Angeles Chargers really taking it to the Vegas Raiders this week. And my sit, I don't really have a specific sit for the wide receiver position. I think I'm just going to start sitting. I just think I would suggest sitting guys in like the New England Jets game. That's a low total. The Giants-Washington game, it seems to be a game of struggle, in my opinion. Only a 43 total there. And then I think you could fade Dallas wide receivers group against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have one of the best pass rushers in the country. And you're going to get a third-string Dallas line that could really be in some trouble against a Pittsburgh Steelers squad. And then for tight end, I'm going to start Evan Ingram versus Washington. Going to be a lot of short passes in that game. I think he could be on the hook for a lot of PPR points. And as far as standard scoring, I think Hawkinson has got a good chance of scoring versus Minnesota without Kenny Golladay and potentially getting Chase Daniel and not Matt Ryan. You could see, or Matt Stafford. Hawkinson could be in the mix for a lot of goal line work if they get down there. And my sit at tight end will be Jared Cook versus Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, Alvin Kamara, all the stud horses are going to be back for New Orleans. I can see Jared Cook being left out when it comes to production. He's not going to get many targets because of it. So that'll do it for us here. It starts sit week 9. Please like and subscribe our videos. It helps us bring the pre-content to you. And as always, have a good day.